Okay.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi.
Okay, for those that don't know who we are, if they just stumble across us, my name is Amy Lacey. I'm the founder of Living Beyond Medicine, which we use a fruit called soursop in all of our products. And we have amazing products. We have skincare, 4-step process. We have electrolytes that we sold out of, but we just have new ones coming, which, by the way, I got some more samples today.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And then we have shakes and we have gummies.
Mhm.
And all of our products have other ingredients beyond soursop. But today I'm with Jimmy, who helped me build Cauliflower Foods. That was the company we had before Living Beyond Medicine, which was the first cauliflower pizza product to hit the market. And then we sold it to some venture capitalists in 2019. And we haven't been a part of that company since, well, for a while. And now we're focused on this product. It's amazing because we take ugly things like cauliflower's ugly, soursop's ugly, and we make it beautiful. It's a beautiful,
We do.
beautiful benefits. But today we're going to talk about why it's banned in a certain place.
Yes. So we were doing some interesting research. It's fascinating. Graviola, soursop is also known as graviola, guanabana, lots of different names and lots of different cultures. And it has been known to be incredibly healing, which is why Amy found it and became obsessed with it and has started adding it to all of our products.
Yeah, it combats oxidative stress, and it's definitely anti-inflammatory. It's not why I found it. I found it for the C.
Yeah, the words we can't say.
Yeah. Astrology, the C.
Yes.
For my mom, who was diagnosed with these.
Yes.
The C. How do I get that down? And then I was playing around.
Say it.
These C.
Yeah.
I was playing around with the fruit. I realized, and this is when I was on sabbatical, actually, from the venture capitalist put me on sabbatical for a while with cauliflower. And I realized it was anti-inflammatory for my own condition of lupus and connective tissue disorder. And so I'm just laying that foundation down in case they're new.
Yeah, that's a good call. And actually, just total sidebar, I'm squirreling, but my husband the other day was like, I'd like to get like a healthier mustache. I'd like to try to work on trying to grow out my mustache. And then I said, you know what you need to do? I said, drink our shakes because I said, Amy's hair is out of control.
And this is out of control today. I tried so hard. I put it in a ponytail. My hairdresser needs to thin it out again. I am growing hair everywhere.
It's crazy. Yeah. So
I love the shake, and I make a smoothie shake every day, and my hair is going nutty.
Yeah. So that's not really the purpose of this conversation, but it was pretty hilarious.
Mustache would do really well with that.
Yeah. He's like trying to get his mustache to grow. And I was like, I feel like you just need to drink our shakes and then it will work. It's just, anyway, that's just total random squirrel. But yeah, so Amy and I were discussing this the other day, and there's just a lot of interesting conversations happening around the fruit, the graviola fruit and leaves and all the things. And I think hopefully most of you know that food as medicine cultures, not the United States, because we're not a food as medicine culture yet, but I think, RFK is helping us get there. But those cultures typically use the entire fruit. Like nothing goes to waste. So they'll use the leaf, they'll use the stem, they'll use the fruit, they'll use every part of it. And that's awesome, very resourceful. But there are certain compounds in each of those areas of the fruit that do different things. So you're going to find some Ananaceous acetogenins is very difficult to say, but that's more prominent in the leaves and the stems. And then in the fruit in and of itself, you're going to find high vitamin C, you're going to find anti-inflammatory properties, you're going to find antioxidant properties, and obviously all of those things combined are just going to help with overall wellness on a cellular level. So there's just a lot of things about the fruit in and of itself that are just very, very healing. We, internally, we call it God's fruit. We call it, just God blessed us with this incredible fruit. But when we were researching some different things, we found that there's a particular grocery store. I'm not sure if we're going to name names, but there's a particular grocery store who has banned graviola from their supplements. So if you have graviola in your supplement and you want to be on the shelf at this particular grocery store, you can't because they have banned it. However, that same exact ingredient with these same exact amounts could be on that same exact grocery shelf if you aren't calling it a supplement, if you're calling it food. So we thought that was fascinating, and we just wanted to bring it to everyone just as like let's just talk about this, because if I'm putting 750 milligrams of graviola into my electrolyte, which by the way, I am. Yeah, I am. And it's delicious and incredible. And I were to slap a supplement label on it instead of a food label, the supplement would not be allowed at this grocery store, but the food could be, because it's not banned as an ingredient for eating it. Now you're still consuming it. It's still a functional food. It's still going into your body and it's the exact same dosage. But because of how we position it, supplement versus nutrition label. So supplement fact label versus nutrition label, that's going to draw the line in the sand on whether or not this particular grocery store bans this product. Now, the good news is we already have it set as a nutrition label, as a food, because it really is. Our electrolytes are a functional hydration product. And they're coming back with a vengeance, bigger and better than ever. They are delicious. And I know a lot of you guys have been just begging us to get them back. And we're mostly just selling it online right now, but at livyond.com, which by the way, we should mention, we are livyond.com now. So we'll put that in the chat and we'll make sure that you guys have that information. So we have had a few iterations of our names, but we have landed on Livyond. So if you go to soursopnutrition.com, it's going to forward to Livyond. It's same company, same incredible stuff, but we're just officially locking in on that brand. So just wanted to make sure that I mentioned that. But anyway.
So we're not going to mention this particular store, but they're very popular, and we had all of our products, well, almost all of our products when we had cauliflower in the store. Mm-hmm. And we spent a lot of time in Texas. I may have just given it away, visiting this store. But okay, so they're conservative. They're not making a scientific judgment. We'll talk about that in a minute, because we're going to talk about the article that they're referencing, but it's more of a risk management decision, I think. And I think it's interesting because we're talking about a fruit. So obviously this fruit is very powerful. Like, name another fruit that gets like articles written about it. I mean, come on, it's a powerful fruit. Biologically active, it deserves to be thoughtfully considered, not avoided entirely, is what this article that I just read about said, when talking about large retailers being very conservative and this particular fruit. So I think it would benefit us to just touch on what they referenced of why. Well, first of all, also supplements, as you know, I mean, there's been a lot of talk about it on Amazon. There's not a lot of people regulating them.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of bad people out there putting out bad supplements. And I will call them bad people because I don't know how they sleep at night, because they're just, and we know that just with soursop, because we know that, like, for example, our gummy manufacturers, like, it's impossible for that particular product to have what it says it has in it. Right. It's basically impossible to have that in there. So, I mean, there's a lot of fraud, and that's a bummer because it gives all of us a bad rap. Those that are, we work with people with high integrity that have all of the certifications. We are thoughtfully, intentionally sourced.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's important that you look at who the people are behind the products.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And so there's one, they call it a study. It's not even really an
No.
official study.
Observational.
There's an article that exists that is talking about an atypical Parkinson's reaction.
PCP, which is not Parkinson's. Yeah.
It's not Parkinson's strictly. It's an atypical
symptoms,
mhm.
that neurological symptoms that are that people that have Parkinson's exhibit. And this isn't necessarily people with Parkinson's; they're just exhibiting some of the same PCP symptoms.
Yeah. And so this article, I'm not even going to give it enough credit to call it a study because it's technically not.
It's not a clinical trial. It's not double-blind, placebo-controlled with statistical data.
The way that I look at it is a couple of neurologists went to Guadalupe and they were trying to figure out why things were the way that they were in Guadalupe. And they came home and said, it's all because of this fruit. And then they blamed the fruit. But then when you look at all of the information that they provided, it was high, like abnormally high doses of this fruit. Like that would be like,
and not only this fruit, but the compound that this fruit has that actually has great benefits to it as well.
Yeah.
But they were eating other fruits that had the same similar. Mm-hmm. They're not as talked about as much, but so this population is starting as infants eating this until they're old, right, along with other fruits. So huge, large daily amounts, daily consumption.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, it's like my husband, who's a physician, when we were looking at this product to launch it, and I was like a little worried about it. I'm like, should I be worried about this? And he's like, do you drink water? And I'm like, yeah. Right. And he's like, if you drink too much water, you could die. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess I have heard that before. Yeah. He's like, use the water analogy. Everybody needs water to survive. Water is good for you, but you can't consume it at levels that, you could die from it.
Well, okay, taking that a step farther, a couple of years ago, I decided that I was going to, as a New Year's resolution, although I don't know, I don't really believe in those, but whatever. I was like, I'm going to up my water intake. And I started drinking a gallon of water a day. And I ended up being more thirsty than I used to be when I was drinking a gallon of water a day. So then I started drinking 2 gallons of water a day. And I started getting the worst Charlie horses and the worst cramps. And my body was actually getting flushed of all of its nutrients. So when you and Jim talked about that, I was like, that is such a great analogy because I've literally dosed myself with way too much water personally and had that happen. So obviously when we're promoting our products that have soursop, graviola, fruit and leaves in them, the goal is to give you the right dosage, the appropriate amount of these ingredients so that you can reap the benefits and it is not, we're not overdosing you on these things. Yeah. So it's just very interesting.
Yes, very much. So, not everyone has access to the fruit, which is why, so I get people to say, well, why didn't you make it a smoothie which we did, in a powder form? Why do you have the supplements? Why not just provide the real fruit? Well, it's really hard to get that fruit. In Guadalupe and in the Caribbean, it's easy to get it. But it's not as easy to get it here in the United States. And when you have it shipped in, it's extremely expensive. And I know when I was getting it for my mom and for myself, sometimes you would get a box of 4 pieces of fruit about this big, and it's like $300. And maybe one piece of fruit was edible because it would be spoiled and there's no money back guarantee. So supplements offer a lot I mean, there are a lot of benefits to supplements, and I wasn't a supplement person before this, but they offer convenience, they offer consistency, they offer it at a great price.
Mhm.
And, for people that don't have access to the fresh fruit, or the preparation methods to getting the fresh fruit, this is giving another way for people to incorporate it into their daily system. And it does replace the whole fruit and the whole food, but you're still getting the benefits. And we've added other ingredients that are superfoods too to it.
Yeah.
Like these alone have, elderberry and echinacea, which are huge immune boosting along with soursop. So
Yeah. And then not to mention the healing properties for your skin. I mean, it's just crazy. Like that's why, the skincare line is so incredible. And both of us use it. And I think we look like we're glowing.
And I just turned 56 and I'm not doing any, see, I'm not doing anything. And I keep getting people saying to me, and I don't know, maybe I'm more aware of it, but I get people saying to me all the time, you don't look 56. You don't look 56. So
yeah,
take that as our skincare.
Yeah, absolutely. It's incredible.
And what I'm putting internally, which right now I'm drinking our electrolytes. Yes, I have snuck away a couple for myself.
Yeah, I'm so excited for the electrolytes to launch. So we should be launching the electrolytes again here in probably 4 to 6 weeks. So definitely make sure that you're connected to us on our email list and our text messages so that you can be aware of when that comes back out. I personally have had like multiple people reach out asking where it is and when it's coming back. So I'm really excited that we're going to be bringing that back. And it's just neat because obviously there's a lot of different hydration products out there, but we really were intentional about this hydration product. We wanted to make sure that it was bioavailable. We are using a type of magnesium that is bioavailable. So it actually works. It's not just magnesium for magnesium's sake. There's no fillers in the magnesium. So one of the things that we have done just to make you, it's so interesting because the supplement world is so fascinating to me, but I know this is going to be not technically a supplement, but it's all in that same camp. But you can actually have a certain amount of like non-bioavailable magnesium in your products and still say that it's available. Like it's so shady to me. And like to your point, like there's nobody regulating this stuff. So you really just have to know that you can trust the people that are making these products for you. And so one of the things that I go out of my way to do as like Amy has entrusted me with leading the innovation team now. And so just helping like to understand, like, is every aspect of the magnesium that we are using bioavailable to people? Yes. Okay. That's what we're going to use. We're not just we're actually using Celtic sea salt. So actual salt, not just some filler sodium that doesn't actually do anything. So it's really incredible because you can go to the store and you can see 1,000 different hydration products, sure, but are they actually working? Are they actually bioavailable? Are they, and then they don't have the added benefit of the soursop fruit, which is just so exciting that we're just going to put that in there too. And I'm just like, I can't wait. I cannot wait. You guys are going to love it. It tastes so good.
I mean, you guys want Jimmy as your innovation. She is like
a snob.
I'm trying to say something that politically wouldn't be correct. So I'm catching myself in my mouth before I do it. But you want her, she is like the ultimate. I mean, yeah, if she says it's okay to drink it or eat it, I'm going to do it. I don't even have to question her because she is very extreme on the side of making sure that everything is on the up and up, which is interesting because you can't always depend on that on your labels. And I mean, I say this all the time on almost every podcast I'm on because I don't think people are aware of it, and you can Google it and you can find it. And there's Jeannie. Hi, Jeannie. Yeah, they're coming back. They're coming back in stock. But the food industry allows a 20% variance on labels. So you can have 20% more hydrogenated oils or sugar or whatever you don't want in your product can be in there, and people don't have to claim it. And I think that happens a lot, especially with big brands. And that's why some of the big brands are getting a bad rap. And look, I want to go back to the study and this particular grocery store that's banned and the difference between supplements and food products. But I want people to be aware that when you're looking at your labels, 20%, you could have 20% more of the bad things without people claiming it. And it happens all the time. So I think it's really important, again, to look at who's creating the product, the background behind it. And Jimmy and I have a history of over 10 years now. Isn't that crazy? Over 10 years in the food industry.
Yeah.
I thought we would be, and we both have had our own issues with food.
Oh, yeah.
And I've learned so much from you. I've learned so much about what not to eat and what not to do. But we both had and we've been in it for 10 years, over 10 years now. That's crazy. But when I look at your kids, I'm like, okay, they were like 2.
Yeah.
There was like 2. And now, she's 13. So it's just crazy to me to think how fast time has flown, but how much we've learned. And we've learned so much. And so it's interesting because we've dealt with this food chain many times. And it's so interesting that you found that they accept it as a food label, but not as a supplement label. And supplements, I think, are getting a bad rap. And it's because of the people that, that was weird. I'm getting an echo.
Oh.
Can you hear it?
I can.
How did that? Anyways, okay, let's keep going. That was just for a quick moment. Now it's gone.
Yeah, you're good.
The food industry, they want to highlight that. No, but seriously, like, it's so important to look at who's behind the products, why they're behind the product, because run for the hills if you have a supplement that's just putting out there for money.
Mm-hmm.
If they're just putting it, because they'll compromise to make the margins better. So you got to run for it. But if they've got a true story behind it and something that's actually helped, and look, soursop has been used for hundreds of years in the Caribbean. Now, if they linked it to anything neurological, they wouldn't have used it for hundreds of years. And ironically, my new rheumatologist, because I do have autoimmune issues, comes from the Caribbean. So she's like, did you know that they use soursop for colic babies? Did you know that they use soursop for milk production? And, we say, if you're pregnant, you shouldn't eat our supplements, but they're using it for those reasons. Did you know that they're using it for, do I need to fix the echo?
I think it's okay.
On my end?
I'm not hearing it too bad. Am I echoing when I talk to you?
No, and I'm wondering, is it my mic?
Maybe.
It wasn't doing it before, though. Maybe I'll sit back a little bit. I'm getting excited, so I'm like, but yeah, so she was so excited about it, and I brought her. I can still hear it.
It's okay on our side.
Okay. I'll just keep talking. So I brought her the supplements. I told her the story. I mean, she knows all about me anyways. And she was like, if you knew all the benefits of why my aunties and my grandmother and my great grandmother ate this fruit for years, and we drank tea every time I was getting sick, soursop was in my mouth. She's like, this would fly off the shelves if people knew.
I know
why people used it for hundreds of years. And I think it's crazy because I don't think soursop is controversial because it's dangerous. I think it's controversial because it's powerful enough to be studied. Which is why it matters. So what other fruit is powerful enough to be studied?
Right.
There are some out there, but
there are a few, but I mean, it's just incredible to me. And I know we have to be really careful how we position this part of what I want to say. But when we were in Miami a couple of years ago, we ran into this. We were literally just at the park in Miami asking people if they'd ever heard of graviola or soursop or guanabana, and literally just walking up to random people and asking them, and it was really fun. But we asked this girl, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I know this fruit. We call it guanabana where we're from." And a lot of people actually in Miami did know because the culture there, a lot of people did know. about it. And that was just really interesting, I think, for all of us to learn. I mean, I live in Texas, so I didn't know anything about this fruit until Amy brought it to me. But it was so interesting because she actually had some testimonies and some stories about her parents and how they used this fruit to remedy certain things that we can't talk about without having our live get shut down. But it's just interesting because in other cultures, because they use food as medicine, they have functional food, and they don't even have to call it functional food, because I think we should all look at food like it's functional. Like we should all be eating food because of how it helps our body function, not and that is a whole different live stream. But anyway, she gave us some really cool stories about her parents, both of her parents, and how they had used it for different medicinal purposes, basically. And
how it benefited them.
It benefited them. Like her dad had been consuming it for all of these years and just coexisting with a comorbidity that we can't say, but so cool. So cool. So that's why, they don't want to now. Okay. Like now people are going to be like, oh, Jimmy, you're such a conspiracy theorist. Like who's they don't want you eating it because it has healing properties. Like I can hear all that. Oh gosh. Yeah. But they do not want us healed. They want us dependent on the system. And thus here we are trying to promote something that's incredibly beneficial on every level. And they're like, oh, you know what we should do? Let's ban it from certain grocery stores. It doesn't even make any sense.
No. And the other thing is, beyond the Guadalupe studies, there was other articles where they used rat studies where they gave the rat intravenous amounts. So not oral, but they were, giving it. And the amounts, Jim look at one of the clinical trials and dissect it for me, and the amounts would be like, it's some god awful amount, like 50 pounds of soursop, the equivalent to what the rat was getting to human consumption a day. Like it just, you wouldn't eat that on any level of any kind of food, or even drink it. You're not drinking that kind of. So it's just, it's interesting the way that it's getting maybe a bad rap, but
yeah, I think it's villainized.
I think it's super cool though that people are actually even studying it, because it's making wavelengths in other areas that are actually positive and benefit, that are making people take a look at it.
Yeah.
And if it's been used for hundreds of years. Oh, and I want to go back to something. When you said we call it God's fruit, actually, when I Googled it, it came up as God's fruit. I was at, you know how your phone listens to you. I was at an event where it was hearing God's voice.
You're a conspiracy theorist.
And then it came up as that, and I screenshotted it and I saved it because that was really powerful to me. But let's talk about the skincare, because I think it's the most amazing products that I love all of our products. I love the electrolytes. I'm drinking them, like I said, right now. And I'll tell you, I was recently on a cruise and I don't drink that much, but I decided that I was going to have, and I didn't even drink that much, but it was like the mixture. I had wine, then I had a martini. Oh, well, hello. What's happening? What is happening in my world right now in my office? Balloons? My mic echoing? What is going on? Yes.
There's a spirit of celebration.
I was on a cruise for my birthday. On Saturday. Well, I didn't mention that just now, and balloons came up. Weird. Anyways, that particular night on my birthday, you guys, this is weird. I didn't say anything about my birthday. Replay this. I did not say. I just happened to say I was on a cruise and I drank weird amounts. And it happened because I don't drink that much.
Yeah.
I really don't drink at all. So I had wine at dinner for my birthday. I had a martini, and then I switched to Sprite Zero and Tito's with lime.
Oh,
So the
girl.
mixture,
Yeah.
I was trying to be low cal. And Tito's is low cal vodka. The mixture, whoo, I felt very hungover. I had my electrolytes with me, as I always do. I drank this cup. I had this cup with me,
Mhm.
full of electrolytes, and the nausea of the hangover went away instantly, you
Yeah.
guys. Maybe, I mean, instantly. So, and I had a couple other drinks. Okay, I'm tripping out that it was on my birthday and all of a sudden balloons came up and I never mentioned it was my birthday.
That's
Can the
actually
balloons come again? Balloons. It was my birthday. And now my mic isn't echoing anymore.
that
So
is so funny.
um,
Yeah.
yeah, so the electrolytes. So where am I going? I was talking about the skincare, but the electrolytes are amazing.
Yeah.
Now I have been traveling so much. I'm going to just pump our products really quick because that's how much I believe in them. I have been traveling so much that I take my gummies with me always. I have them right here by my desk because I'm telling you, when I don't have these, I start getting a sore throat. I get sick. If I eat these, the echinacea, elderberry, soursop combination, my immune system stays strong. I don't care where I'm traveling to, who's sick around me. I never get sick.
Yeah.
Caroline, same thing. She and I are just like we use these all the time. She ran out. The minute she ran out, she got sick. Her roommates were sick and she got sick. She's like, Mom, you got to send me some. She never gets sick. And she's in college. She's around a lot of people. When I travel, before I had soursop, I was eating airborne with loads of sugar in it. And I was sometimes getting sick. But when I travel, I will get sick. I don't sleep well.
Yeah.
My immune system gets, shattered. I will get sick. But since we've developed this, I can't even remember. I mean, I did get like some GI virus once, but I have not had like a common cold or a sore throat. And then I just have to say one more thing real quick.
Mhm.
Our shakes. The shakes have so much fiber in them. Like more fiber than AG1, Bloom, and IM8 combined.
Seriously.
And people are starting to talk about fiber a lot. We're getting way off the band topic, but I just have to say, I've lost a lot of weight doing intermittent fasting. I'm not promoting intermittent fasting, and I break my fast with the shake. I've lost a lot, like almost 30 pounds, and I'm still going. So I think there's no GLP-1 thing going on. This is just, by the way, the electrolytes. I have a friend that's, she's actually one of our investors. She has lost like 50 pounds on a GLP-1, and she had to drink our electrolytes for nausea.
Mhm.
And she said it really helped. Like I wasn't nauseous if I drank our electrolytes.
Yeah.
So anybody on a GLP-1 that's having nausea should get our electrolytes.
I'm glad you said that because I was actually going to touch on that. I know it is a little bit off topic, but I have quite a few friends that are on a GLP-1 and I should say a GLP-1 agonist. But either way, it's interesting to me that a lot of them are feeling nauseous and a lot of them are having the symptoms of like the sagging skin and all of that and like the weakened immune system and everything. And so I'm like, go literally get every single one of our products because it will help you. It will help you with your hair growth because a lot of people on GLP-1 are losing their hair. And so yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, and it's so interesting because if you think about it, when you're depleting your body of nutrients, and it doesn't matter, even if you're in just a natural calorie deficit because you're trying to like trim down or whatever. I was talking about this with my hairstylist actually, and it's so interesting because your body will literally maintain all of the organs as like priority number one. And so your hair is like the first thing to go because your hair isn't essential. You don't need it. You don't need your fingernails and you don't need your hair. So when you're malnourished in any way because you're not getting enough, whether it be because you're in like an extended calorie deficit from dieting or you're sick or you're on a GLP-1 or any of those things, like the reason the hair is going to go first is because you don't technically need your hair. So our products, every single one of them in one way or another is going to support you on any kind of a weight loss journey that you're on, whether it be GLP-1 or whether it just be Weight Watchers, it doesn't matter.
And I want to tell you, my hairdresser keeps going. I keep saying, Catherine, it's our products. It's our products. But then my nails are really short because I keep them short, but I just have regular nail polish on. And they're hard. I don't have like my mom's like, "Oh, is that dip?" I'm like, "No, mom, it's just regular nail polish."
Right.
But my nails are super hard. They're not brittle anymore. And I used to struggle with brittle nails.
Yeah.
So I guess this is a great conversation because it's talking about all the benefits of soursop. They far outweigh
The
this
risk.
small population that already was massively consuming too much, already had environmental factors too, which was mentioned, or rats getting injections to the equivalent of 50 pounds of fruit. Like, you guys, the benefits are incredible. And I'm not going to use like a cure word. I'm not saying it cures anything. I'm just saying the benefits.
Yeah.
It's the most powerful, incredible thing I've ever discovered. Thank you, Jamaica, for introducing it to me. It's incredible. And then, I do feel like this is very weight based. Like, so for me, I'm eating 4. It says to eat 2, but I eat 4 to 6 a day. I mean, it's fruit. You can't eat. I just said you can eat too much, but you can't eat too many of these because of the amount that we have in it. But let's go back to the skincare because it is amazing. I have all the products here. I just randomly happen to have them.
Oh, good.
Here. So,
yep.
The cleanser is a treatment and a cleanser.
Yeah, basically that's your daily exfoliant on top of everything else. It's obviously going to cleanse your skin, but then the glycolic is going to help actually just like slough off of the extra dead skin and all of the things. So yeah, it's going to help with nice resurfacing.
Well, I always hate when you run out of cleanser and every product, like if there's a series, I always run out of the cleanser. This one you don't run out of. You're going to run out of something else before you run out of the cleanser. So I put this in the bathtub. I use it on my body and I use it on my face. And I love it because it doesn't burn your eyes. I have Sjogren's. My eyes are super sensitive to begin with. So it doesn't burn your eyes.
No, it's amazing. I know.
It's money back guarantee. You have nothing to lose. This is incredible. Yep. Jimmy worked with a scientist and formulated this. It's amazing.
We have another live on here if you guys want to go back and watch that with the chemist who helped us formulate this product line, and she's a wealth of knowledge and incredible. And this was Amy's dream, and then she and I brought it to life. So yeah, it was great.
Yeah, because it clears up your skin, it leaves it smooth and resilient. It's so amazing. I love this. Okay, then we have the vitamin C serum.
Okay, here's the problem with the vitamin C serum. I am so addicted to this product that I literally use way too much of it. Like, it is the very first thing to go for me because I want that entire vial. I just dump the whole thing. And everybody's like, oh, I'm like, I just love it so much. I just like want to take a bath in it. It feels so good on my skin. So yeah, the vitamin C, we're using stabilized vitamin C. Again, this is about like bioavailability and things that actually work and not just adding ingredients for ingredients' sake. And there's also, I don't know if you guys know this about skincare, but there is a level of an ingredient that you can add to your products in skincare that make it marketable. This is literally a thing in the skincare industry. There's a marketable amount and then there's an efficacious amount.
Ooh.
And that, yes. And so we are using an efficacious amount of stabilized vitamin C so that it actually works. It's incredible.
We're going to hear excuse me, 10 years ago when we introduced cauliflower to the food industry, there was a small little section in the grocery store. Believe it or not, people, there was just a small section. It had like Auntie Anne's, maybe Amy's frozen meals and Udi's. It didn't have now you go in the grocery store and there's like aisles of health foods. That's how the cosmetic industry is about to happen. They're starting to get a bad rap. These really well-known companies, I'm not going to say they have a lot of fragrance in them. Fragrances are starting to be linked to cancer. We have a citrus, and
we're using essential oils. We're not using an artificial fragrance. There is a smell to it because trust me, you want a smell to it. I mean, there are, lots of conversations about, oh, it should be fragrance free. No, essential oils are fine and they're safe and they're healthy and it's fresh and it's actually got some healing properties, even just in the scent.
Yeah, it's amazing because we're using some stem cells in there as well. Now this bad boy, I'm gonna let you talk about this.
This is funny because I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, let's talk about the skincare. I haven't.
Hyaluronic restoration cream.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it's hyaluronic acid is technically the term for it, but it's not actually an acid. So, even though that is the ingredient name, I thought it would make more sense to just call it a restoration cream. Literally, it's restoring your skin. And so we use 2 molecular weights of hyaluronic acid, one that is heavier and one that is lighter, and the way that those penetrate your skin. And again, it's on a different live. If you want to go back and watch the one with our chemist, we talk about it a lot more. She even has like a little picture of your skin and how far it can go into your skin based off of these 2 weights. Now, some other products have dual weight hyaluronic acid as well. Nobody else has dual weight hyaluronic acid combined with both fruit and leaf of the soursop and Irish sea moss and fruit stem cells, which is in every single one of our ingredients, that little combination. So that's really that's really the patent pending approach to Livion is just truly like this combination of ingredients. It's just so, so powerful. But that's our hyaluronic restoration cream. And as a system, you're going to cleanse first, and then you're going to put on the vitamin C serum, and then you're going to put on the hyaluronic restoration cream. Some people choose to stop right there because depending on where you live and depending on all of the different facets, they might choose to stop there because they want that nice, like very, very light moisturized feeling on their skin. And so that's okay. But then if you are me and 46 years old and want to tighten and tone everything constantly, then you're going to add the firming cream. And the firming cream is called a firming cream because you can use it anywhere. It will firm anything, but we did design it for
I've been using it on my neck, by the
base, neck, décolleté. And it is so hydrating and so powerful. And we're using peptides. We're using a combination of peptides that just help, that are clinically studied to firm your skin. A lot of feedback on the firming cream is coming back saying that there are people who maybe still do decide to get Botox or any kind of the neurotoxin injections. Those are lasting longer. People aren't having to go back quite as frequently as they used to because they're using the firming cream. The hydration, again, it just adds a level of hydration that I just don't honestly think a lot of people fully experience. And I don't know, like there's so many different opinions.
I just want to say an unusual way that we used it again on the cruise, birthday cruise. Where are you, balloons? I want you back. So Grant got sunburned, so I had him put this on.
Oh yeah,
because it helped my sunburn when I had, like, there's a before and after of me, and that's actually a turmeric mask. Turns out I can't put turmeric on my face. It burned my skin. This calmed it down. So I had him put both of these on. Like overnight, I had him put both of these on. His skin was sunburned and starting to peel and get dry, and boom. And he's a teenager, so he's very sensitive about it. So these worked really well. And I had aloe vera, but this actually worked better than the aloe vera. And then I'm going to get a little private, personal here. Okay, so I'm allergic to wax, so I can't do bikini wax. So I decided to shave so I can wear a bikini. I'm wearing a bikini now that I lost weight. Yeah. So I shaved and I got massive razor burn. I was so bummed. And I put this on it, and I'm telling you, it went away. Razor burn. I'm not promoting it for that. I'm just telling you what my personal experience was on my cruise. Razor burn. It helped.
Yeah. It's the healing botanicals combined with all of the other ingredients. It's really incredible. And I honestly am just like so excited to see, Spencer, my daughter, burns. I mean, she is white. And she, no matter how hard I try, she's at the pool, she burns all summer long. And I can't wait because she's been using these products regularly. My entire family uses all of these products regularly. And so I'm excited to see how, her skin does this summer.
Yeah. So Caroline the dermatologist, before we had these products, put her on all kind of prescription stuff. I mean, I don't know exactly everything she was on, but she's not on any of it. She only uses our skincare. And she's like, Mom, my skin has never looked so good.
Yeah.
And Caroline's like one of those people, because I created it, she's not going to use it. Not because she's against her mom, but it's like, I don't know. It's like but she loves our product. I'm like, you have to try this. Jimmy created it along with Megan, the scientist. And she was like, okay, if Jimmy created it, I trust it.
Oh.
And I can't get over. So I'm like, girl, we need your testimonial. She's like, I just can't get over that I went through this whole process with the dermatologist.
Yeah.
And on all these like prescription meds that are expensive, including at one time she was on Retin-A, and also what's the specific one that you ingest that I want her to be on?
Yes, I was on all of that as well.
Yeah. And now she's just using
Accutane.
I could not think of it. Horrible. And now she's just using this and her skin looks amazing. So I know we've gone way long and way off topic, but I think naturally we just kind of went on to why soursop is so powerful.
Exactly.
And if it's being studied or even just articles written about it, obviously there's something to it. Yeah. People would be using it for centuries if it wasn't the most powerful fruit out there. Mm-hmm. And we source it ethically. That's the difference between, I think, a food product and maybe a supplement. Is supplements are getting a bad rap because people are just putting them out quickly and nobody's regulating them so that they can make a quick buck. And we're ethically sourcing it. We take a lot of time with innovation. It takes us a couple of years to get a product out.
It does. It takes us a little, but it might be my fault. Sorry.
Hey, it's good though. It's really good. And I'm so proud of these products. And I think anybody that stumbles across us, you guys have to get the products. You will give it a few months and you will see huge benefits, huge. And because we've become Livion, all of these labels are going to change eventually. This is not going to say Be Me on it anymore, but it's our shake. Yeah. But the skincare, you should get it today. You shouldn't wait. You should get it today. Livion.com. There we go.
Yep. Making sure I have it in there. So yeah, go to Livion.com and you will find all of these incredible soursop products. And we're so excited for you guys to just give them a try. But this is so fun. I love going.
So I'm excited that we're going to have a food label.
Yeah. Oh, hi, babe.
She went to the beach. She's a little raggy. We're going to have a food label, not a supplement, correct?
Yep. Yeah. All of the other, all the other electrolyte products are under the food category. So yeah, so you should be able to eventually find this at that store
and I think you will. I think that store will, if they really truly look at the article, they'll see that the benefits far outweigh this little population that they looked at.
Yep.
And if you look at the population itself, it explains why they might have had that.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Jimmy. You're so knowledgeable. And next week we're coming back live and we have a couple of our investors. One of them was diagnosed with the C word as a child. So that's why she invested. And then the other one has a story. Her wife is a teacher, has been sick every year for school except for this year.
Yeah.
Convinced that it's gummies, been taking them to the school and giving them out to the entire teacher population, and nobody's getting sick. There's no sick days for that school. Nobody's calling in sick.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. And you know what? I envision this someday as corporations taking on our products so that people aren't sick as much.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be great. Wow. So definitely join us. Okay, so next Wednesday, we've been doing this like maybe once a month, but next Wednesday, we are going to be back here live again at 2:00 Eastern. So join us and listen to these incredible testimonies of these wonderful, wonderful ladies that are going to be joining us.
Okay. Well, thanks, Jimmy. Thanks for your time and your energy into putting in the research.
Yeah, absolutely. We look forward to seeing you guys next time.
Thank you, Jeannie.